Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. We are from the group 5. Would like to convey the result of the discussion we have had. Previously introduce our group members. Zahra Jannah, Ivanka Ajeng Yulianisiwi, Niken Kusuma Wardani, and Surya Wijaya. And we have discussed here a little about the design of learning analysis, which includes what class are you planning to teach, the school level of the students, what facilities are used during learning objective, and what learning model is used when teaching. And here we decided to take the example of online learning. I am Niken Kusuma Wardani. Will be deliver the first material about who will be receiving the instruction. First, for what level or grade the children we plan to teach are the first grade students of elementary school. In fact, not all schools teach English lesson at the A class. And number 2, for the region we take urban areas in the Surakarta. And then the next material is about the learner characteristic that enhance or impact the instruction. About cognitive, in the learning design that our group wants to achieve the learning objective. It must have the cognitive abilities, namely, the students already know the alphabet in English, and the students can read simple words either in Indonesian or in English. And for the next material will be delivered by Ivanka Ajeng Yulianisiwi.
Okay, next, learners analysis based on personality. Students should have this characteristic. First, interest. Interest is student or children who studied in elementary school that has integrity in learning. Second, attitude toward content, learning, and technology. Students have a serious attitude in learning, diligent and persistent. At least they are technology literate. Third, self-esteem. Children who have high self-confidence, where they are always optimistic, love to learn new things, and of course they have support from their families, especially their parents. And then the fourth, belief or values. Our group has believed that learning is a developmental process. Children and teachers do not learn at the same rate by the same processes. Okay, for the next is learners analysis based on social. First, for what level or grade the children we plan to teach are first grade of elementary school, and then the second is about social level. We choose for the situation of school located in urban areas of Surya area with middle and upper social strata or middle and upper circles. And then the third about social environment. Student should have a good environment or a very positive environment, which is education and caring each other is the important. And then where the surrounding environment does not reject or limit foreign language learning conducted at school. And then the fourth about racial or ethnic background. Because we take an example of being in the Java area, it can be said that the most of the students are descendants of the Javanese race or Javanese background. For the culture, seeing that the majority of students have or are descendants of the Javanese race, not many of them have a culture that is polite and courteous in their daily life. Okay, for the next, learners analysis based on physical. The first, age 6.5 until 7.5 years old. And then the second is gender. We choose that The gender is combined between male and female. And then the third is healthy kids. It means that children has a good condition in psychic and mental. And then the fourth is active kids. It means that children has visual and auditory abilities and the other abilities in learning, in English learning, on in English studying.
Now we are move on to young learner needs. Here there are several components that must be considered, such as motivation and comfortable. Actually, what is motivation? So motivation is the reason or reasons one has for acting or behaving in particular way. We have motivation. We divide motivation into three, namely motivation from themselves, from parents, and environment, also from teachers. And now with this motivation, the teacher's job here is to help students in learning. Now move on to another component, namely comfortable. In fulfilling the convenience of this online learning activity, we decide to use supporting facilities or tools such as smartphone or laptop, internet access, also learning media platform like Zoom, Google Meet, and Google Classroom. While for the learning method, we decide to use two methods, namely the audiolingual method, also total physical response. Now, move on to the learning objective. The following are the learning objectives we want to achieve, namely, children are proficient in English through the technology, and children have the ability to speak English as proficient to learn English at the next level.
The reason for using this method, we have a reason to use both methods because it makes learning English more effectively. If with the audio-linguistic method, students can practice and use the pattern of exercise or immediate and remember oriented to the result of analysis of language character between the mother tongue and foreign language, which will be studied using drill exercise, especially pattern practice. While using the PR method to make it easier and make students are enjoy in learning English, which in the method language learning, which is the method language learning is constructed on coordinating command and speech and action and trying to teach language through physical activity. In our opinion, these two methods are good combination for learning method for young learners. So many presentations that we can do, and more or less we apologize. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.